10 minutes to your health.
All right, so on today's 10 Minutes to Your Health, we're going to be talking to Dr. Mandy Elliott, and she is on Zoom, obstetrician and gynecologist, and we're going to be discussing some things that every woman should consider asking the gynecologist. If you never think about it, write it down. It's important that you ask. Good morning, Dr. Elliott. How are you?
Good morning. I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I am good. Thank you for joining us. You ready for your PEP exam in gynecology?
I hope so.
All right, so question number one. Well, this said 10, I have 7, so I'm going to make up some along the way. How do I know if I have a urinary tract infection?
All right. So with a urinary tract infection, you normally have certain symptoms like frequent urination. Sometimes it may be burning while urinating. Sometimes there are obvious signs like there is an odor to the urine, or sometimes there may be blood in it. Any of those, see your doctor.
Any of those say, well, if blood in it, you got to see the doctor for sure.
Definitely.
All right. This says, should I get tested for STIs? I think what it means is without even thinking about it, don't wait on the symptoms. Should I just say, look,
That
I
is
want to get tested?
Yes, once you are sexually active, you definitely should be tested for STIs at least once a year. The thing is, many STIs, sometimes up to 80% of the time, have zero symptoms. So you may have something as serious as chlamydia, gonorrhea, and have no symptoms, yet it's actually causing problems in your body that can lead to infertility. So and symptoms, and even if you think you're in a monogamous relationship, definitely get tested for STIs once a year.
Yeah, and the earlier you find out, the better it is in terms of treatment
Yeah.
and management. No, sir? When should I
Yes.
visit a gynecologist? Some people only go once a year when it's pap smear time, hopefully. Some not go none at all unless them think something is really, 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 really wrong. But how often should we visit the gynecologist?
Once a year is fine to do your annual pap smear, get a breast examination. If there is a problem, you can come in between, but once a year is regular. That's normal, that's expected.
Okay, so you don't want to see it every month then?
No, that means something is wrong.
Doctor, no, no, no. All right, so we come in once a year. I know that maybe most gynecologists already have a list of screenings that women have to do, but well, this says yes. That question gone. What screening tests do you advise that women should do when they go to see the gynecologist?
So the top three, I would say, for one, as we mentioned, the pap
Pap
smear.
smear.
Over 21 and you've ever been sexually active, you should do that once a year. So the frequency varies from country to country, but in Jamaica, we advise you to do it once a year. Apart from the pap smear, as we also mentioned, STI screening, that should also be done once a year. And the third thing I would say would be to prevent breast cancer. So the screening I would suggest would be your monthly self-examinations, then your annual examinations by your doctor, and then after the age of 40, you should be getting regular mammograms done.
Okay, so those are important. If you don't do anything else, make sure when you go, at least you try to have those done in terms of screening. Yeast infections, they say you look, they're normal, they're going to happen, but should they keep happening if there's a reoccurrence of them? Isn't that a problem?
That's a problem, yes. So yeast infections are normal for every female once or twice a year. But I would have patients casually come to me, tell me every time they see their period, they have a yeast infection. And that's not good. That's a sign that there could be an underlying infection. So yes, yeast is normal in the vagina. Certain things can make it overgrow. Certain things that we may not have control over, like heat, sweating down below, staying in gym clothes or wet clothes for too long. But if you're having them every month, it could be a sign of underlying issues like diabetes. It could be something serious like HIV or other STIs. Or it could just be certain hygienic practices, either things that you should do that you're not doing, or things that you should not do that you are doing. So you have to discuss with your doctor.
for women who are thinking about getting pregnant, are there things that they should bear in mind? What are some of the things that they should do to prepare themselves ahead of getting pregnant? Sometimes it's afterwards, then they say, oh Lord, I needed to take these vitamins. I need it. Where's the folic acid? What are some of the things that they should do to prepare?
That is correct, because most patients actually come after the fact, whether it was unplanned or not, they come after the fact. But it's important to see a doctor, I would say at least 6 months before. Make sure you're at the right weight for the pregnancy. They would advise you to reduce your alcohol intake or stop it totally, of course, to avoid smoking. You definitely should be on a prenatal vitamin that has folic acid in it to prepare your body. There are even things your doctor will discuss with you, like taking a family history to see if you are at risk of certain complications during the pregnancy. And there are things that can be done to avoid those early at that visit. Even, say, certain medications you may be on that could be harmful to a pregnancy, your doctor may want to stop those or change them to something that are more suitable during pregnancy. So there's a lot of preparation, whether it's mental, physical, even financial, to discuss with your doctor the costs that you could expect during the pregnancy. So there are ways that you should prepare for it.
Yeah, and I know sometimes, although there's not a 100% guarantee, but there are certain abnormalities that if you discuss it with your obstetrician gynecologist early enough, there are certain measures that you can take, I'm guessing, to avoid some things. Isn't that so?
That is correct.
All right. What are my birth control options?
You have many birth control options. So I don't usually advise the rhythm method or the pull-out method. Those are not reliable, but there are options for using the pill. But you have to remember it's something that you have to take once every day around the same time. There's also the injection that you can get every 3 months' time. Or there's the IUCD, which is a device that we place inside the womb that can prevent pregnancy. So I would say definitely discuss it with your doctor, because the different options, your option will be based on what's best for you, depending on your status.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, in terms of, so that's one of the things you should discuss with the obstetrician and gynecologist. What is your day like? What kind of activities do you participate? Because if you have to take a pill every day and you're not going to remember because you're always running up and down, then, maybe the injection is for you. Age may also be a factor. So listen, ladies, your OBGYN should be your BFF in life. Yeah, and do you find, Mandy, that people are afraid to share as much as they should with the OBGYN? Like, you really should tell the OBGYN everything that's going on with you.
True. As you mentioned, I find if I have a rapport with my patients where they see me as a friend, so they may end up calling me Dr. Mandy or just Mandy. I find when we develop that relationship, they share more, able to tell me things that they would not otherwise share, or maybe they didn't share in the beginning. But people are anxious, they want to hold back certain private things, but it is important for your doctor to know everything in order to be able to manage you properly.
All right. Thank you so much, Mandy, for speaking with us this morning and walking us through those questions. You get an A.
Oh, yay!
Yeah. All right. Obstetrician and gynecologist, Dr. Mandy Elliott. That's 10 minutes to your health. We'll do it again next Thursday. We'll be back to wrap things up after the break.
10 minutes to your health